Hello YouTube and welcome to another Python video. So today we're gonna talk about pip. So are you ready? Let's get started. So actually pip is the facto standard package installer for Python. Okay, so if you are using Python, for example, in your project and you want to install packages, you use the most famous package manager called pip. So actually pip stands for pip installs packages, okay, and it was introduced in 2008 by Ian Becken. Okay, so first thing first, you need to install it. So normally when you go to the python.org website and you download the package for Python, pip is getting installed by default. Okay, so now let me switch to my terminal in order to confirm that pip is installed. Okay, so here I'm using Commander as a terminal, but you can use the CMD or the terminal for Windows. Okay, so let's see if pip is indeed installed. So we'll use the command pip, for example, -- version. So if you get a number, it means that pip is installed. Okay, so here it's giving me actually the version of pip, which is in my case 24. Okay, and also the path where it is installed. Okay, so here actually I installed Python 3.12. Okay, so that confirmed that pip is installed. If you get nothing, it means that pip is not installed and you have to install it using Python actually. Okay, so what actually pip do? So pip actually simply installs packages from a repository. So I will show you this repository, which is the Python package index. So let me switch to my web browser and I will go here to pypi.org. So this is, as you can read here, the Python package index, okay, which is a repository of software for Python programming language. So as you can see here, it actually contains around 535 actually projects or packages. Okay, so when you are using pip, you actually install packages from this repository. Okay, and of course here is the search where you can search for a specific package. So let's take for example any package. So let me just look for example Flask, because I use it a lot these days. So actually Flask, yes. So this is the Flask, which is a simple framework for building complex web application. Okay, so if I click on this first link here, I get a project description. Okay, so Flask is lightweight WSGY actually web application framework. Okay, but it doesn't matter. Here I want just to show you how to use pip. So here, as you can see, there is the command in order to install pip. So you simply input pip install Flask in order to install the Flask package. So by default it will install the latest version, which is in this case 3.0.3. okay, and here is a link for the download files. Okay, so if I click on this download files, you will notice actually I have two type of files or distributions. We have source distribution and the build distribution for this package. Okay, so what are source distributions? So source distribution is a distribution format that has to be built to create a built distribution. Okay, so normally it has as an extension, as you can see here, .tar.gz. so in most of the case. So remember, source distributions actually are source that needed to be built. Okay, and here is another kind or format of the distribution, which is the built distribution. So in contrary to the source distribution, a built distribution is the distribution format for a package that has been built. Okay, so no need to build it. Okay, so this means that they only need to be extracted and moved into the correct location to be installed. And it has as an extension, as you can see here, WHL, which is will actually extension. Okay, so let's, for example, install this package here, Flask. So let's move on to our terminal and see the most actually command that you can use with pip. So here on my terminal, in order to install, for example, this Flask package, all I have to do is to input the command pip install, then the package name. So in my case it's Flask. Okay, so here, as you can see, by default it will install the latest version, which is 3.0.3. If you want to install an older version, all you have to do is to input the sign equal, then the version name, for example 0.12.2. okay, and let's see what we get. So remember, all pip will do, it will search for the package version on the repository. Okay, and it will try to install it. Okay, so here it's collecting a lot of information and it's downloaded the version. So as you can see, we have successfully installed Flask, but version 0.12.2. okay, so let's say that you want to upgrade this version to the latest version. Okay, so in order to do that, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is to input the same actually command, but here you have to append after the install -- upgrade. So here we will upgrade what version that we have actually. So remember, we installed version 0.12.2. So now let's upgrade it to the latest version, which is 3.0.3. Okay, so everything is installed. Actually, we can verify what version that we have installed, or the list of installed packages, using the command pip list. So this command will list all the installed packages. So in my case, I have some actually pip or Python packages, but here, as you can see, we have installed or upgraded our Flask package to the latest version, which is 3.0.3. okay, so let's say that we want actually to get rid of this Flask package, or we want to remove it. So you may guess the command. It's simple as pip uninstall and the package name. So in my case it's Flask. Here we go. So this command will simply uninstall the package Flask. So here I have a confirmation, so I can just enter here because Y it's capital, which means the default command. So now, as you can see, successfully uninstalled Flask 3.0.3. okay, so let's move on. So let me input once again the package list that we have. So I have a couple of packages that I have installed. For example, Blinker, Clip, Jinja 2, or something like Mark Safe. So if you want to show a package details, you can input the command pip show, then the package name. So let's say that I want to see the package detail for this package here called Blinker. So I will input its name, Blinker, and normally this command will gives me detailed information about this package. So here I have the name, of course, the version, the summary. So it's fast, simple object to object and broadcast signaling. Okay, so the author is Jason Kirland. We have the license and it doesn't require anything. Okay, so this command is also pretty interesting. Okay, another thing that you can input here. So as you will see when you develop project using Python, there is a requirement.txt file which serves as text file that meticulously lists all the packages required by your project. Okay, so in order to generate this requirement.txt file, you can simply input the command pip freeze, then pipe that to the requirement.txt file. So now this file here will contain all the list of packages that we have. Okay, so let's execute this command. So if I do here a list, you can see that a file has been created called requirement.txt, and of course it will contains all the packages that we have just installed, okay, that are normally required by our file. Okay, so I can use, for example, the cat command. So it's a Linux command that allows me to view the content of any text file. So you can see it contains all the packages that we have installed with the version name. Okay, and let's do the inverse. For example, we have a file called requirement.txt and we want to install all the packages that exist within this requirement.txt file. So let's say, for example, someone have made a project with this requirement.txt file that we know it contains all the packages needed by your project, and you want to install it, to install actually all the packages automatically from this file. So how can you do that? Okay, so in order to illustrate that, let's add, for example, in this requirement.txt file, let's add Flask package, and we'll execute a command in order to install all the packages listed here. Okay, so remember here we don't have Flask, so let's edit this file here in order to actually add Flask package. Okay, so in order to edit this file, you can use whatever program that you want. You can of course use Notepad in your Windows, so you just go to the location where your file exists and open it using Notepad and add the package name. So me, I will use a very famous editor called Nano that exists by default in most of Linux distributions. So I will try to edit this file and I will add, for example, my Flask package. Okay, so we will install, of course, the latest version, which is 3.0.3. okay, so I will exit that. Yes, okay, so everything is okay. So now my file contains the Flask, but remember it's not installed on my system. So we say that someone gives us this file and we want to install all the packages listed here. So in order to do that using this requirement.txt file, it's simple as pip install, but here you have to add -r then your file, which is requirement.txt file. So now pip will install all the packages actually listed in the requirement.txt file, and you can see now that it has actually indeed installed the Flask package that we have added to our file. We can also confirm that using the pip list command. Okay, so you can see that Flask has been installed using this requirement.txt file. So those are the most important commands for pip that you must have, or actually you must know, in order to develop any Python project or to install packages using pip. So as always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.